Welcome to Zulua Consultants. In this video, we want to look at study tips that actually work. In particular, we'll look at mind mapping. If this is your first time to watch this channel, we urge you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to like our Facebook page for this and more videos. We are going to look at 3 issues in this video. The first one, what is mind mapping? Then we'll look at how can you study using mind mapping. Last but not the least, we'll look at the advantages of using this technique when you are studying. Let us answer the first question. What is mind mapping? Mind mapping involves writing down a central theme and thinking of new and related ideas that are connected to that central theme. So you can think of a topic that you are studying, then you look at what are the related and new ideas that are connected to that topic. When you do so, you are studying using mind mapping. If you easily learn using diagrams or images, you need to try to use mind mapping as a tactic that can work for you when it comes to studying. So the best question now is, how do we study using mind mapping? This takes us to our next objective in this video, steps to take when you are studying using mind mapping. For us to discuss the steps that you and I need to take when we are studying using this tip, we are going to use this illustration to see each and every step that you need to take when it comes to mind mapping. The first step when it comes to mind mapping is for you to identify the main objective of your studying that day. So in our example here, the main objective, if you are studying, is number of moles. So at the end of this lesson, you are studying this lesson, you want to know how to calculate the number of moles. Now, the main objective that you are studying should be put at the center of the paper you are using to study. So the first step is identify the main objective, put it at the center of the paper you are using when you are studying. The second step when it comes to mind mapping is for you to look at the branches or subdivision of the main objectives and how they link to the main objective. So in our example here, we have the 4 sub-objectives. These 4 sub-objectives are linked to the main objective. So when you are using mind mapping, you start to identify what is the linkage, what is the bridge that connects the main objective to the sub-objectives. If you look at what we have done here, each sub-objective has a link. For the number of particles, we have used this number as a link. So it becomes a way or a bridge for you to relate number of moles and number of particles. For concentration, we have used volume as the link. For mass and number of moles, we have used Mr. or atomic mass as the link. For this one, we have used this number as the link. So when you are studying using mind mapping, the second thing after identifying your main objective is to subdivide, identify the branches, the subtopics, then see how those subtopics link to the main objective of your study. Please note, this is not the only way you can come up with a mind map. You can use different ways of illustrating what you are studying. The point is, the main objective should be at the center of the paper. Then look at the sub-objectives and find the link to those sub-objectives. The third thing, or the third step that you and I need to know is identify these links using different colors. In our example, you can see that from number of moles to a sub-link or to a subtopic, we have used red as the arrow that links number of moles to the subtopic. So I have used a different color to show that when you're coming from number of moles going to the other subtopic, you are using the red color. Then from the subtopic to the main topic, we have used the blue color. What are we saying? This helps you to install the information in the brain that from one point to the other, this color was used, while from this point to the other, this color was used. So if you are coming from the main objective to the sub-objective and indeed another sub-objective, you can decide to use different colors to help you remember the information. At this point, have you already started to see the advantages of using this tip? Well, let's see some of the advantages of studying using mind mapping. The first advantage is that mind mapping helps you to remember and recall information easily. So when it comes to you revising, you simply need to look at one paper and you are able to remember and recall the information you studied. The second advantage of using mind mapping is it helps you to summarize the concepts and put them on one page. So if you look at what we have done here, you go into books, you will find that you need to cover a lot of pages for you to summarize these concepts. But you have used one page for you to understand 4 different concepts. The third advantage of mind mapping is it brings a very complex idea to be very simple. So when you are able to come up with a mind map, what was very complex becomes simple. The last advantage that we would like to talk about in this video is mind mapping helps you to identify a pattern when it comes to summarizing what you have been studying. So let's go back to the example we have here. Are you able to identify the pattern of how you can come from number of moles to the 4 objectives? When you look at these 3, 1, 2, 3, have you seen that there is a pattern that can be identified? What is the pattern? From number of moles to any of these 3, you simply need to multiply. You simply need to multiply the link for you to come from number of moles to any of these 3. Then from any of these 3, to go back to number of moles, you simply need to divide. Now, we are saying you are able to identify a pattern. So already you can see that the pattern or the conclusion you can make is these 3, they relate in a similar way. From number of moles to any of these, you multiply. From any of these to number of moles, you divide. But what of concentration? Because you used mind mapping, it will show you that here we have a different situation. From more number of moles to concentration, we are dividing. From concentration to number of moles, we are multiplying. So already, mind mapping has helped you to see that there is a pattern and there is one situation that is different from the other situations. So if you successfully use this concept, it helps you to see the pattern and helps you to see the difference between the subtopics. What have we learned in this video? We have managed to define mind mapping, to see steps that you need to take when it comes to mind mapping. And last but not least, we looked at advantages of mind mapping. This is how far we can go in this video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not done so, and follow us on our Facebook page. If this video was very helpful, please like the video, comment on the video, share the video. Until next time, when we meet under study tips that actually work, it is bye-bye.